Claire couldn't see it anymore, and said angrily, "No matter how arrogant you are, we will call the police. Report, if you want to." The young man said contemptuously, "I'm afraid you count me as losing. Play this set with me? Tell you, I'm black and white, and I eat both ways." Elsa admitted that she was planted. She didn't care about 800,000. 8 million is a drizzle, but she really didn't want to cause trouble to Charlie. She invited them to come over. In fact, she wanted to meet Charlie and have more opportunities to get in touch and get along with each other. Therefore, she didn't want Charlie to cause trouble because of herself, and she didn't want Charlie to affect his mood because of this incident. So she gritted her teeth and said, "Okay, 800,000, give me a card number, and then I will turn it over for you. F***ck, what are you saying is true?" The young man didn't expect that 800,000, she would really give it. What he originally thought was that the other party counter-offered, made concessions by himself, and eventually extorted 100,000 from the other party and made a lot of money. Unexpectedly, people would give 800,000 if nothing else. Now it's AFC King profit. But at this moment, Charlie suddenly stopped Elsa and said coldly, "Don't give him a penny. I want to see what the consequences can be today." Seeing that Charlie was blocking his financial path, the young man immediately gritted his teeth and said, "Okay, you are forced to find death. If I don't beat you half to death later, I won't be surnamed Lou." Charlie said indifferently, "You guys like to pretend so much. I think you can change your surname." "Stupid." The youth immediately violent veins, ready to come up and make two gestures with Charlie at any time. At this moment, a middle-aged fat man with a few strong security guards hurried over. When he saw him coming, the youth immediately said with a smile, "Manager Zhang, I have not seen you in the past few days, and you have become fat again. It seems that life is really nourishing." Manager Zhang laughed and complimented, "Mr. Liu, how can you moisturize my days? I just pass my days, unlike you, who has a big family." After speaking, he hurriedly asked, "By the way, Mr. Liu, what is going on here?" The young man pointed Charlie with his hand, and said in a cold voice, "This poor hanger is too FC King pretending. He won't be compensated me for scraping my car. The bones are still so FC King hard. Solve it." Manager Zhang nodded and looked at Charlie. After looking around, he found that Charlie was wearing ordinary clothes, and he didn't have the temperament of a rich second generation. In addition, he drove an old Mercedes-Benz, and knew that the other party was also a person with no background, so he spoke. "Boy, when you go out, you don't have any vision? Do you know who you provoke?" "Who is it?" Charlie asked indifferently. Manager Zhang glanced at the youth and said, "Mr. Liu Ming of the Liu family. The Liu family has hundreds of millions of assets. You can't afford it." After he finished speaking, he immediately said, "If you don't want to cause trouble, just listen to me. Honestly lose the money. Then move the car away. Don't waste Mr. Liu's time." Charlie frowned and said, "You are also very interesting. You came up and said that it was my problem and wanted me to compensate?" Manager Zhang sneered, "Sure enough, you are a poor man. Open your dog's eyes and see what car is parked around. What car are you driving? Which car do we have here, which is less than 1 million? What qualifications do you have to park a broken Mercedes here?" Charlie glanced around and said, "I didn't see a sign prohibiting parking of cars under 1 million. What the FCK are you talking about?" Seeing that Charlie was always stuck with oil and salt, Liu Ming kicked the taillights of the Mercedes-Benz, and kicked the taillights with a slap. Immediately he cursed, "D**MN, I have tolerated you for a long time. You are a poor hanger. What do you pretend to be here? More chirps, believe it or not, I can break your leg. You don't want to lose money. These idiot girls accompany me tonight." While speaking, Liu Ming grabbed Claire, who was standing next to Charlie. Charlie frowned, stood in front of Claire and Elsa, grabbed Liu Ming's arm and pushed him out. Liu Ming was furious and cursed, "You are so poor and want to fight back? I think these two ladies are honored by me. If you dare to fight back, I will kill you. You believe me. Do not believe? Charlie squinted his eyes slightly, with a cold expression in his eyes. He looked at Lu Ming and said, "It's better to leave a way for being a man, and don't let yourself go to death." As soon as Lu Ming stretched out his hand, he pushed Charlie, and said with an annoyed smile, "Oh, you are a poor hanger and you have installed it. I won't stay behind. What can you do for me?" Manager Zhang also waved from the side, asked the security guard to surround Charlie and the others, and said, "Poor, let go of Mr. Lu. You hurt Mr. Lu. You can't afford to die." Why would Charlie take care of his nonsense? He lifted his leg and kicked directly on Lu Ming's stomach and kicked him out. Lu Ming only felt a sharp pain in his stomach, as if his intestines were broken, and said angrily, "Manager Zhang, kill him. DMN. Dare to beat me, beat him to death. I am responsible if something goes wrong." Manager Zhang was about to order, but suddenly heard a voice from inside.